Who though?
You sounded like a dog with a collar.
I was thinking prisoner.
What's up, everybody? My name is Ryan. Welcome back to the ToastOnRye Podcast. Now, if you're watching the video version, you might be wondering, where are you right now? I'm currently at home right now. I actually have my travel studio here. But today, this episode is actually one of my favorites that we've recorded so far. I got my co-host, Bailey, obviously. He's always going to be on here. But I also got Cory from All Sports Now and his amazing, lovely girlfriend, Anamay. We talk a lot about some pop culture stuff like a brief Shang-Chi review, some of our favorite DComs from Disney Channel, and actually how to maintain a healthy relationship. It's actually a really cool episode. Originally, this was like 2 hours long, but I'm probably going to condense it down a little bit. But honestly, one of my favorite episodes ever, one of the best conversations I've had in a while. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy. So I will see you guys later.
You know, like the rumor, I don't know if it's a rumor. Are there cameras in movie theaters?
No.
Yes.
Okay, actually,
It depends. There
depends
wasn't
on
any at the one that we
Town.
We may know
No.
a couple.
there's
Yeah.
the one
I
that
have
we
a
worked at. There
friend-
wasn't. It depends on the one that you work at.
Okay, here,
'cause-
actually, I lied. There is in the lobby, but that's because there's stuff that's profitable there, like candy, popcorn, all this shit.
Right, right.
And also,
Yeah.
if you do some shit, yeah, we'll catch it on camera. So, like,
They're
there's
not in the theaters.
yeah, but
because I
not,
was
but
like-
not
I
in
was
the
like-
theaters.
Oh,
No,
I can
yeah.
like pinpoint where they are in the halls too. But other than that, yeah, no,
Okay.
there's none. And even if there were, there's really no point because at that point we know that you're sneaking in food anyway. Like that's not the reason why we would have it in there.
Oh yeah, that's why I asked the question.
Yeah, no, it's
About
no.
food.
No, they don't. We don't give like obviously buy at least like a drink or something because they still okay. Movie theaters make their money through concessions. So if you don't buy anything and all you buy for is the ticket, then they're still only getting like a quarter of the price of the ticket because that goes all the way back to the studios and like all the production shit.
Mm.
So when you don't buy something from the consent, at least not even like at least get a soda because then you would get like a free refill with that. So it's not even that bad of a deal. It's a big ass soda. It's like what? Like it was like $6 maybe.
I had to pee. Like right after the
But
fucking
yeah,
movie, bro.
just do that because I don't. And the other thing was too is like it was the cleanup afterwards that's bullshit. Because I don't care that if you
I
bring
always feel
in
bad if I leave
McDonald's
stuff,
or
'cause I'm like,
Taco Bell
Yeah,
because
I
like
pissed on the floor once. I felt really bad.
we're gonna have a talk
I'm
after
kidding.
this.
I'm just kidding.
Very detailed talk.
very
I'm just
very
kidding.
detailed talk.
No, but
yeah.
like you guys are not slick. That's why we know when you do it.
But also,
Just
that
clean
was
up
complete
afterwards.
sarcasm when I was like, yeah, that was exactly what I was talking about. Like, that was,
like dead ass. It's like there's one time where like there was these like teenagers trying to sneak in vodka, right? And like they had a jacket on. They were all like, "Yeah, it's just really cold in here." I was like, "Yeah, can you take the bottle out of your jacket though?" She was like, "How did you know?"
knew?
I was like,
You're not slick,
You're not
bitch.
slick. I can hear it from a mile away.
Yeah.
Like you're
okay,
not.
at that
like,
point, just drink it before.
Pre-game.
And
I've
also,
done
it
that.
was-
I pre-gamed a movie.
Also, not even that. It was vodka.
3D.
Why was that your alcohol?
Put it in a water bottle. No one's gonna know. Like,
Yeah,
Are
3D
you-
glasses without the 3D.
Yeah, it was just like, what the fuck? And also, like, the thing about it is, like, I've seen people, like, try to pretend like they're pregnant. Or, like, they'll be like, oh, no, this is my baby. We can't allow babies inside the thing anyway. Like, there's, like, you know what I mean? Like, bitch,
Yeah.
like, come on. Get more creative. Like, there's some people that actually got creative. And I was like, you deserve that shit. Go ahead. Like, just clean up after yourself.
And again, yeah, that's my
Like,
point. Is just clean up. Because I
Yeah.
had like a trio of these like 40-year-old women just cackling the entire time before because they pre-gamed like a motherfucker. like it was bad. But again, and while I don't condone that because it's like, dude, like other people are trying to watch the movie. That's fucked up. They had the theater to themselves. So again, whatever. Cool. You're not bugging anybody. But they brought in like 4 giant bottles of like Chardonnay, and all of it. One of it
Girls'
was
night.
they were all in the same row. It ended up in separate rows by the time we went to go clean, and one of them was broken. So I'm like,
They said, we're throwing that shit.
bro, like, I don't care that you brought it in. Just
Yeah.
even if you just left it on the seat, I don't care.
You
like,
had to go and break it.
like just.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean,
I do
like
care
a
if they
whole
left
like
it on
bag
the seat.
of
but-
like Wingstop all over the floor. Like there was ranch, blue cheese all over the seat.
You
And I
said,
was
oh, I
like,
didn't know we sold that.
and I was like, huh. Nice. I didn't know. I mean, actually, we did have wings. They're just shitty. So I knew that like nobody was like trying to fucking.
These are
have
not
blue
I don't
cheese
trust
and shit.
theater food.
Speaking of movie theaters, I know that you guys just saw Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yes, sir.
We saw that when it dropped. Well, not
It was a few days after. We had
it
the
was a
move
few
up
days.
here,
You
and
guys were
Yeah.
on top of it.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
mean, we fucking love Marvel. So,
Dude, I'm like a hawk when it comes to Marvel tickets because it's because of working at the theater too. Honestly, like going back to that, especially with Disney too, they had it where it was set. I don't know if it's like this at every theater, but it probably is because it makes sense. Movie theater employees get their own pass to go see a free movie whenever whenever the fuck they want. Like as long as you're not working.
they tried finessing us sometimes, but
But
Yeah.
we're like, no, like but Disney made it where you can't go see it for free for the first 2 weeks. which-
Oh.
because they
Which
want that
I-
fucking
Oh,
money,
yeah.
bro.
Which makes
Like,
sense. That makes total sense. And honestly, I kind of think like that should have worked for all the theater. Like I think business wise that was smart. But it just sucks though because if you're working the weekend one of those drops, you're very much the victim of spoilers.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I
Oh,
remember I
yeah.
only got one honest spoiler from what do you call it, Infinity War when it was out. But I already saw it opening night, so it was fine. But I remember like the next day I had work and then they were like, oh my God, I can't believe blank died. Or like, I can't believe blank happened. I'm like,
Thanks.
this is
Yeah.
the third day. Some people haven't seen it yet, you asshole. Like,
Yeah.
so now it's just and it's also just ritual. Like I'm so into like anytime that something drops, I'm watching it the day of or like the closest day to it.
well, I mean, also you have a hard time like not getting spoiled, and I never understand that.
I
Like,
don't know what, dude. Like I could go off social media for months, and somehow
Someone will bust down your door.
Han Solo is dead. No, literally, it's like, oh my God, you'll never believe what happened in Black Panther 2.
I don't know,
It's like,
man.
I don't
it's
want
it's
to
not
know
hard
yet.
to scroll. Like I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
if you see the movie topic, you're just
Oh, no doubt. But like they literally, again,
Creepy.
it's like they try to hit you with that shit, and it's when they don't put a warning. Because it's like now people are better at that. Is
Mhm.
also why it's not as big of a deal. But I'm also just in the habit, like I'm excited to see it regardless. I want to see it right away.
yeah, for me personally, I can see it whenever. It's just like because I know that I have like the strategies. Like for example, like when I was like very heavily into the Arrowverse, I used to like follow like these fan accounts. Like there was like this account called Arrowverse Facts, which sometimes they be kind of bullshit facts, but like it's kind of like how like when LeBron is playing and they like pull up a stat from like 5 years
yeah.
ago that nobody gives a shit about, but they just need something to put on the
cherry
screen.
pick it out,
It's
yeah.
like that. But I would like either unfollow them, block them, something,
Mhm.
or if I don't want to unfollow them, if I see even like a snippet of their like account name, scroll.
Gone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Scroll. You know what I mean? Like
I didn't follow any of them though, because I did exactly what you said. Again, like I said, no matter what I did, it was like other people that I followed would just post it. Like people that I know, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, you'll never believe." I'm like,
then stop lacking, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Like
you bring this upon yourself, Bailey.
you know, we invited you. Like,
no, but what was your like? Cause like we already saw it, but
Yeah.
without like spoiling it too much, what was your thoughts on the movie? Like, how'd you like
First
it?
of all, the soundtrack I loved. I'm just a big orchestra person, so the fact anytime I hear strings, love.
Same, bro. Like, don't you want to cry every time you hear it, bro?
Right.
It's like if it's put in like the right place, you're like, oh fuck.
Right?
it was a good chance for a lot of artists to like put out like just straight just good soup. Like it was the soundtrack was
we
good.
could
Like,
not with that
That's
sound. I
bro.
cannot.
I liked it too. It matched the because that's always my worry whenever like a movie soundtrack has like music that either A does not relate to what's going on in the movie at all, or B when there's a lot of songs on the soundtrack, but I'm like I just gotta remember like obviously they're gonna shorten them down, but when you're listening to the album, I'm just thinking about hey, Shang-Chi has like 21 tracks on its album. How the fuck are you gonna fit that in the movie? Like
It's a long ass
the
movie.
whole song and like uninterrupted. Like how? But I'm just dumb.
And it's like I'm sure like it's like they always like
it's trimmed.
Yeah,
like,
it's
it's-
not the
well,
whole song.
not only is it trim, they'll like they'll basically put it inside like a certain scene where it's like you're not paying attention to what music is in the background anyway. So it's like that was on the album.
Or it's setting
yeah.
the environment.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, yeah, it was right here.
like,
I was
there
like,
was
bitch,
the-
no, it wasn't. I
there was
didn't hear
the
that.
club scene to avoid spoiler, but like the
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
club was like that's when they would like bump some of the band
Yeah,
shit
Slip it
out
in
there.
there.
stuff like that.
It's
yeah.
like oh shit, okay, I see what you did there. So yeah,
But I know that you guys aren't into like Marvel heavily. So like,
She pretty much is.
Well,
I'll say,
this
yeah.
kid, I'll take him to see movies with me. He's like, oh, I haven't seen like 3 movies before this. So I'm just like, look,
Zero context needed.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm here for me. You sit there and have a good time.
This one was fine at least.
Yeah, complete
Yeah,
origin
I told
story.
him, I'm
Yeah.
like, you should be fine if you don't remember too much. Yeah.
It's only really stuff like where it's like the next big team up and it's like, okay, I don't know who.
Yeah, obviously the end scene.
Or
Yep.
like,
Or I forget by then.
or like those people that went to go see Endgame and never saw, or Infinity War and never saw any of the ones before. I'm like, granted, you don't need to watch all of them beforehand, but I'm like,
You need some
dude,
context.
you didn't even see like the Avengers, like the first
yeah,
one.
like there's
damn.
3 of them before this, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, hey, but
Yeah.
would you going to see Endgame for what? Like, you know what I
It was
mean? Like,
$5 Tuesday.
Trendy.
which like I
Trendy.
it's like at the end of the day, it's still a movie. So it's like most people don't really like think of it
Yeah.
like that. Whereas like they're not like completely into it, but also there's a clear story
There's
that
so
you need
much.
context
Yeah.
for. There's so
Yeah.
much shit that happens. And you're like,
I would-
it's all right. I don't need to know anything. What? Why did he die? What? Why
I
did
still
he
get
die?
confused. Having seen all the movies, I still need a walkthrough.
Yeah.
It is a lot. If,
I do
if
worry
you're
about
not
that a
like
lot.
like a really big nerd like we are, more you.
I have a
because,
slideshow of the timeline. Like that's how dedicated
He's
I
also
am.
obsessed with Excel for some reason. Like,
Dude, as soon as I got like good at like organizing, hey, no, you should have my hold on. I wish people could see this, but you should have my Excel skills. And then you guys, yo, I'm gonna need you to organize something for me.
okay, but like, see, like, it's a good skill, but you'll make Excel
sir.
sheets for shit that doesn't make any sense. Like, you'll be making Excel sheets for like Funko Pops you don't have,
Yeah.
fucking brisk flavors that you love.
Air
Like,
him
that's-
out.
That's cap.
You would.
The Funko thing is real though. I'm not even
wrong.
You would do
ashamed.
it though, right? You like, bro, like you would probably like.
Not for the brisk thing. That's like no.
That's too much.
Because
That's not worth
why
it.
do I need a whole spreadsheet for that? There's like 6 flavors.
Why,
Like,
okay, why do you need a PowerPoint for
That's a
all
damn
of
Google
the
Doc.
for all of the fucking best picture winners,
'cause
bro?
I like movies. Fuck off. Like,
I only touch PowerPoint if it's a project. I don't
Yeah.
open PowerPoint in any other situation
Hmm.
except for maybe notes.
Mhm.
Except for that, maybe. But Corey, what did you think of the movie though?
I would say, as someone who's seen like 12 movies in his lifetime,
No, I
No.
promise you, he's not. Every time we see a movie, he says that's my new favorite one. And I'm like, you are so uncultured.
no, but
Have you seen Star Wars?
some.
Okay, same. All right.
Okay, I'm excused. I
You're
will
good.
say they made really good use of their time. Like going into it, it was supposed to be what, like 2 hours 10, 2 hours 20 minutes.
yeah,
They
it's
used every
somewhere
bit
in
of
there.
it towards their journey. There was no point where I was going, this is dragging.
Hmm.
Like I think it
Yeah.
pushed it really well. I
Yeah,
think the
for
tempo
sure.
was fine.
It's
yeah, for
it's
sure.
one of the better ones. Like we talked about it afterwards. Like literally, it's like I have no notes. Like
Yeah.
it's.
I
Really,
had
like,
one note, and it was for me. Like, this is not really a spoiler because like you'll see it if you see the movie. So it's like, I guess, spoiler warning, whatever. Anyway,
Mhm.
but like for me, I think that they kind of rushed his love interest, like very much. It's like they kind of gave hints for it throughout the movie, like like when he was shirtless and she was like, oh shit, okay,
Yeah.
I see you out here with that
Look,
6-pack.
everyone in there was making the same face.
Oh,
though.
me too, bro. I was like,
I'm more with you, Anime. Like I don't really see it that way, but
Yeah,
like I
but,
also
like-
can see it.
Yeah.
But
that
like,
way.
but for me, it's like yes, they do like say a couple things about it, but then it's like all of a sudden they're holding hands, like cuddling,
Head
and
on the
shit.
shoulder.
And I'm like,
Okay,
they, like,
close
where was
friends,
this for the
though.
rest of
But
the movie?
in the
Like,
movie's defense, I liked how I think it just showed how they supported each other and she cared for him as a best
That's what I'm
friend.
saying.
which I
Because
I get
they
that,
they never kissed, they never full on like hugged. Okay, head on the shoulder, everyone does that, right?
Hell,
So
I've
I
done
liked
that
how
with
it
my
wasn't really
friends, like,
romanticized. I think
Yeah.
it showed more the bond between them.
yeah, but then it's like for her character specifically, like I guess like my main argument with that is like they clearly like not really out loud said it, but they visualize the fact that she has some attraction to him,
Hmm.
even if it's like she won't admit it. So it's like I'm sure she's not complaining that it's like kind of getting towards the romantic side, and you know,
Yeah.
like most people just don't really do that. Like I love Bailey to death, and I'll do like maybe the shoulder thing, but I'm not gonna hold this man's hand. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's nothing wrong with that, but just friends don't do that casually. You know what I
It
mean?
depends, though. I guess.
Yeah,
I guess my
still
argument to
does
the whole
depend,
thing
yeah.
too was
Or
like, I
depend.
think Anime can agree with me on this. it was more the way I see it. Like, don't get me wrong, there was still hints of that. I felt that was multi-layered though, because she's just getting exposed to this whole other side of this dude that she's never seen.
And I think with that, I'm totally analyzing this, is she was not able to like fully, hey man, I like you, until she saw who he really was. So then it's like, oh, his true self comes out. It's kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
But then she's like, okay, like I support you. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
If you want to fuck, okay, let's go. You know?
Well, not to mention too, they really play into the kind of millennial headspace of where they're kind of just there. Like they haven't really figured out what they want to do. So it's like, again, it's like you see that he does have a purpose, and just realizes like when he finally gets his shit done and it's like he's able to step up, be a man, and like do this shit and get his shit on lock. That's really the way I saw it too, was just like, again, yes, obviously they kind of played up for last to be like, damn, motherfucker's jacked, but like also emotionally jacked. So that's what I'm saying.
See,
Like,
but like that's why it felt rushed for me. You know what I mean? Because like even like towards the end, it's like they were like kind of like doing more coupley things and stuff, and I was just like, where was this like at the halfway point? Especially when you already teased it anyway. But again, in the movie's defense, there's a lot of fucking shit that they need to do in terms of origin story, in terms of fight scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was probably the last thing in like that was on their whole
and
story.
This is gonna get a sequel. Like,
yeah, 100%.
This is
so.
1,000% gonna be one of their new like flagpole characters. So I'm like, that's
yeah. I think they also confirmed that he's an official Avenger now. Well,
in the bonus.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
but like without saying too much, but yeah, like he's pretty much an Avenger now. They just needed to give him the movie of like, oh shit, hey, by the way,
like literally a commercial
Welcome.
of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm glad you guys got to see it. He hit me with that message earlier, like, oh, they saw it. I was like, yes,
because like
talk about it
before we hit record. I was like, man, like we need some stuff to talk about. I was like, oh, did you guys see Shang-Chi? And he was like, I know they didn't see it. And I was like, how do you know that? And I was like,
I'm a huge movie person.
It's more like Cory, because I've had conversations with you last semester even about when all the new Disney Plus shows were dropping. I was like, do you like watching it? She's like, nah, not really. So that's why I'm just like,
more, bro.
Yeah.
Like
I tried when the Matrix trailer was playing. I was freaking the fuck out, and I was
on my phone.
Couldn't care less, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
I haven't seen the original movie. Or
I
seen
watched
it
them
either,
way too young.
Yeah,
my dad was a huge. I would
same.
leave kindergarten, 5 years old, to watch rated R movies with my dad at the theater.
That's
Like,
lit, though.
he was such a movie person.
For
my
me,
dad's the same way.
it's not that like my dad isn't a movie person. He has a very specific genre that he likes. He likes a lot of slow burn movies or like fantasy movies, and I don't really like that. Like he loves stuff like The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, anything with like knights and dragons and fucking goblins and shit.
Okay.
Like fantasy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just fantasy stuff.
Harry Potter.
I don't like that stuff. Like, you know, I just don't.
Yeah.
It's not that I find it stupid. I think it's interesting. It's just not my vibe. You know what I mean? So, but he's excited for Eternals because he was like, "That's some fucking cool shit."
And it's on my birthday and shit. Let's go. Like
this man. I remember because I was doing the dishes on the phone with him. He was like, "Hey, did you see the Snyder cut of Justice League?" And I was like, "Oh, nah, not yet, because that shit's long as hell." He was like, "Well, I sat down to watch it last night, and I sat down. It was like 8 o'clock, and then I finished the movie. Damn, it was there 2 a.m. I was like, damn, that shit was long, but they look badass though." That was his quote, bro. Like, he was just like, that shit was badass.
Okay. Anyway, did you see the Justice League, the Snyder cut thing, like at all? Do you any of that?
No, I don't
Do you know what that's even about? Like what the whole
You
deal?
said Snyder cut?
So Justice League was a movie that they made because DC has their own version of like the MCU, but it's absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
Absolute
I saw
bullshit.
What was I don't remember what I saw. I saw something a while ago, and I was like, "This is not good."
Was it Batman versus Superman? Because I will rip that movie apart till the day I
I know I saw it, but I don't remember it. I think that says a lot.
Yeah. And honestly, you don't need to. Most of them are shit anyway. But basically,
except Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman 1.
Wonder Woman 1.
And also Shazam.
And Shazam.
No,
And
I like
that one.
Aquaman.
Yeah, Aquaman was pretty good too.
And the new Suicide Squad is awesome.
The old Suicide Squad one was
It-
just
we
like,
don't-
hey,
I
we
only
have
saw the old
songs. Listen
one.
to them. The entire
It was
fucking
Hot
movie.
Topic the musical. Like
Oh,
literally,
heck no.
Pretty much, yeah.
And you know what pisses me off about that movie? So I know that every single time,
The clenched teeth.
I know that if a movie gets an Oscar, they're going to flaunt that they got an Oscar. That's basic marketing.
If you got an Oscar, you would flaunt that you had an Oscar.
1,000%. But here's the bullshit about Suicide Squad from 2016. They won Best Makeup and Hairstyling, which shouldn't have been the winner because Star Trek was up that year, and they have to do all those prosthetics for aliens and shit, and it looked amazing. Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn, you literally look like a Hot Topic fucking ad in this movie. Same with Joker too, which looked horrible. So that one, so now every time that you get a chance to see like a DVD cover or like after that, they're like, revisit the Academy Award winning film. Suicide. Shut the fuck up. No, I don't care, bro. No, you won for makeup and hairstyle. That was even a stretch. Like the only one that made sense was the Croc. But no, so the Snyder Cut though, just because I'm talking a lot over you guys. Long story short, first version of the movie, Zack Snyder was directing it. His daughter passed away. It's the nicest way to put it. There was a family emergency, and he had to step down from production. So instead of halting production and just giving him time to like deal with this unfortunate tragedy and then come back and finish his vision, Joss Whedon, who directed the Avengers and Avengers 2, came in and directed Justice League then. But he reshot like half of the movie and it was horrible. It's one of the worst movies I've seen in a long time. So then finally when HBO Max was kind of getting its stuff together, they let Zach finish his vision and make a 4-hour long cut of a movie.
I see.
That's what the Snyder cut is.
see.
Which when it originally came out, they were probably going to cut it down anyway. But because it was going on streaming services, and either way they'll make money because of the
They
monthly
released it
subscription.
in parts originally, or you could watch it in parts, or you could watch the whole thing, which was nice.
But like, if it had a theatrical release, no way they would let a 4-hour movie go out. So they would have still cut it down. They just
Yeah.
decided not to because it's going on a streaming service.
Or
so.
give you an intermission because it's 4 hours. Because they do that.
Yeah.
They do that during double features. Sometimes I saw a Toy Story 1 and 2 double feature in the theaters years ago. Like it was a re-release and it was all in 3D because they remastered it. And there was like a 30-minute intermission to just like get up, stretch, and piss. And
Yeah.
shit. Like,
Oddly specific.
It was very, very specific, Bailey. Okay.
well, hey, didn't you just say you peed on my floor like a little?
No. Have you guys ever been to a drive-in movie theater?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, before the Kenosha one got taken down for the Walmart that doesn't exist.
Damn.
Nothing is there.
Is that why they took it down?
They were supposedly
Yeah.
taking it down for a Walmart or a supermarket of some sort, and
They
there is
bought the
literally
land
nothing
for
there.
it.
What was it?
They bought the land for it, and like
Yeah.
we're getting that,
And
and
they
then
said,
it's
"Yeet."
never been.
And they basically said, "Nah, that field's looking real
and
nice
it was
right now."
still
Like,
running okay though. Like
It was
I get,
fine.
Like,
Yeah.
I get they were struggling a little bit, but like people still liked going to the drive-in. There's
And-
one in McHenry, like not too far away from
Right.
us.
and can
It's
you
like-
imagine with the pandemic, the revenue they would have brought in? All
Oh.
indoor movie
God,
theaters.
yes,
Are you
dude.
kidding me? They missed the mark by like 3 years. Can
Yeah.
you imagine?
That was part of my childhood too. Like I
Oh,
went
yeah.
there a lot.
all of Tinseltown, the one in
I never
Sturtevant, they
went
would have
there
all gone
because
there.
like my parents, like I just said that like my dad loves movies, but they're also really hard workers. So it's more so my mom than my dad, but like they just never really wanted to go see movies. And the movies that they see are like shit like Fast and Furious. You know what I mean? Like
Like
it's
entertainment.
yeah,
just-
it's like
yeah.
It's
like
a good popcorn movie.
or
Just,
like
oh hey, shit's exploding. Cool.
Jumanji, Free Guy, like those are the movies that they'd go see. But my dad is like a film guy, like not like completely, but like he'll be like he'll go to the movies alone without even telling us. Like he would just leave, and I'd be like, "Hey, where'd you go? I just went to the movies. What'd you see?" I don't know. I just enjoyed it. Like, I was like,
I saw
okay.
the 5:15 showing. That's all I know.
Yeah, pretty much. And like that's just how he rolls. If he ever wants to get out of the house and he's been like working for so long, he's like, fuck it, I'm going to the movies. Bye. Like there's one time where he wanted to go see Twilight, and I was 10 at the time, so I was going through a phase where I was like, Twilight, bitch, what the fuck? And he was like, okay, I'm going. Like because he just wanted to go see something.
Sayonara.
Yeah,
And
so
I'm sure. Yeah, that was like what 2009. No, a little earlier than that. It was like yeah.
yeah, 2010.
No, earlier than that. it
I was
has
in
to
middle
be.
school
Because wasn't Breaking Dawn and all that like in 2012 or
I haven't
something?
seen any.
yeah, no,
Twilight
it was around
movies.
that time. I was like 11.
Oh, it was like
Yeah.
I thought you meant like the original.
No,
like, that was like
no,
2006 or
nah.
something. Like,
I don't think he gives a shit. He really doesn't give a shit about Twilight. He just wanted to go do something. So
I need some emotional swings.
yeah.
yeah, we don't give a shit about Twilight. Also, like so hey, were you Team Jacob or Team?
Oh hell no.
I was low-key team Jacob. I've never really like seen the movies, but just based off of the trailers, Team Jacob.
I've never seen any movie based off looks alone. Team Jacob. Whoever's Team Edward is fucking lying to themselves. I don't understand.
I was never
Oh my
into
God.
this stuff, and I didn't know much. I just knew that Jacob was a werewolf, and I like werewolves, so it's just like
Yeah,
Team Jacob.
that was pretty much the only cool thing.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Like, but they weren't even cool because if you look at the clips, it's like all vampires are just sparkly idiots, and then the werewolves are like. They don't do werewolves right. No. This is a rare I've been holding on to for a while. Werewolves are supposed to be like half man, half wolf. Like that's the mythos. Like it's this weird missing link beast.
Mhm.
In those movies, they just turn into an oversized fucking dog. Like
Okay.
bro, like
Okay, but like they don't got the money to like make
But
a
they're
whole
not
ass
always.
do
A wolf.
prosthetics and put a little layer of CGI. Like it's not that expensive compared to.
So maybe
The
the
whole
fact that
CGI?
they can be human is like that mixed human side of them.
So I guess it's like all or nothing. The all or nothing concept. You either one or you're the other.
Mm.
There's no
It's
like
either he's a
hybrid.
full human or we're not doing this.
We don't get a hybrid.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't know. Like it just wasn't my demographic. You know what I mean? Like I think like they were marketing more towards teenage girls that read the book. So it's like for
They
the
were
boys, it was
marketing towards me, and I just didn't like it.
like- okay, but then see, I didn't want to go see Twilight, but I went to go see Hannah Montana the movie in theaters. So
Okay, but that shit slapped. So
It
like-
did slap, but like even like my mom, she took me and she was like, "Are you sure you want to go see Hannah Montana?" Like there was some other like quote unquote boyish movies
Yeah.
out at the time. I was like, "Nah, fuck that, Hannah Montana." Like
This shit's gonna slap.
I was, bro, like.
and
And we were the only ones in the theater. That's how you know that like it's like, bitch, why the fuck are you here? Like, yeah.
You're over here in the theater, and then you pull out your phone with the flashlight. Just it's the cloud.
Just one
Nah, bro.
lonely light.
Bro, I was out here going like, pop it, lock it, polka dot it, like in the fucking like stands and shit. She'd be like, sit the fuck down. I'm like, Mom, there's nobody else here. Like, leave me alone.
Mom, I'm having fun.
Yo,
God. Get off my neck, Mom. Like I'm just trying to.
Speaking of that wasn't a Disney TV movie. It could have been.
I thought you were gonna say speaking of necks. I'm like that's
Yeah, I was like, where is this going?
god of segues right here.
Yo, no, I'm like a really huge fan. Or okay, I'm not a huge fan, but I have a very guilty pleasure for like
Next.
Disney Channel original movies.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Decoms.
Decom, because like, but like
I'm gonna get you-
objectively,
I'm gonna
they're
get you
all
a hat
bad.
that says that.
Please.
I'm just gonna get you one that just says decom.
That's a
and it's
good
got, like,
conversation
D.
starter for anyone that doesn't know me. They're like, decom, what does that mean? Let me tell you.
You're gonna
Get
have to sit
yourself
down
a
for
drink
this
and
one.
sit down. It's gonna take a little bit.
Yeah, but when you were a kid, what was your favorite decom on TV?
Oh, I need a list. I gotta narrow it down.
Okay, so all right, so stuff that's in our time, okay? Stuff
Mhm,
before like
mhm.
2008, okay? There was Lemonade Mouth,
oh, that shit was
Dad
so
Nab.
good.
That's my favorite one.
Hatching
is-
Pete.
You remember Smart House?
Yep.
That one was
okay,
good.
okay. I rewatched that like I think a year ago.
Oh, I'm sure it's horrible.
It's
Oh, yeah.
absolutely fucking horrible, dude. It was okay. Actually, that one. And do you remember Mostly Ghostly?
That
Oh,
movie
yep.
scared me so much, but I loved it.
Okay, so I rewatched it as an adult. That was terrible. Like,
Oh.
all the CGI was absolute.
Oh yeah,
ass.
in Halloween
Like,
Town.
Halloween
We
Town,
watched that just
low-
last year.
Low key, that still holds up. I don't care. All
That
the
one stood the
Halloween
test of
Towns,
time.
yeah.
There are
Their
certain
first
ones I don't want to
one
go back.
especially.
and watch.
entertaining.
The rest of them,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like whatever. But Halloween.
Well, you
Town,
could tell
like,
that they were milking it when they made
Yeah.
a prequel, like halfway
Yeah.
in. They made like
Yeah.
3 of them, and they were like, "Okay, this was before she knew about it." I was like, "I don't
Mhm.
give a fuck." Like,
no,
Corey, did you see any?
I'd have to say Lemonade Mouth is mine, to be honest with you. I don't want to
It's-
go back and
it's
watch it though,
solid.
because I feel like unlike
It'll
Halloween
ruin
Town,
it.
if I were to go back and watch that now, I'd be like, this is fucking horrible.
Yeah.
No, dude.
I want-
I've not seen it in 10 years. Like,
Bro,
I
Lemonade Mouth
refuse
still
to.
It's
holds
solid.
up, bro. It's still a solid movie. Another movie that could have been a theatrical release was Hatching Pete. Have you seen that one before?
I've seen like half of it. It was one of those like I didn't watch it when it came out.
All I know, he wore a chicken costume or something.
Yeah, he was
But
a
why?
mascot.
It was a genuinely good story. Like that's what really made it a good movie because objectively, a movie about a guy in a chicken suit should be bad. Like that really should be. But like they made it about like, you know, just finding like your purpose, being yourself. Like that's a good message for kids. But the guy did it in a chicken suit. So it's like, you know, like obviously, it's kind of weird. But I think either Lemonade Mouth or Hatching Pee would be my favorite.
I think up there, one that like, don't get me wrong, the sequel was kind of like, okay, what the fuck was this? But I really enjoyed Teen Beach Movie a lot. Actually,
me too.
Like the original Teen Beach.
Yeah,
I like the whole concept of it's kind of making fun of musicals while also playing into it. It's very much a West Side Story parody too. So
pretty much.
I like the act. Like again, if I like one of the DComs, it's because the level of acting is like it's not cringy enough to like not go back and watch, but it was so enjoyable when I was that age watching it. That's how I feel about Lemonade Mouth too. Like, don't get me wrong, some of the delivery of the lines and like the performance can be kind of cringy as shit.
Yeah,
and the writing can be a little bit like, okay,
introducing Debbie Ryan.
But we were like.
Oh God!
You did not have to do her like that. I love her. Come on, bro. Okay, I will give you that.
I'm sorry, bro. Radio Rebel.
I mean, I liked it as a kid, but it's so cringy.
No, bro. I didn't even like it as a kid. Like, I will always like be like, "Hey, yo, Debbie, I love you to death." But Radio Rebel.
What the fuck was that?
Like,
I do like. I really like Let It Shine too. That's up there.
That one was amazing.
That's like again another one where.
I would go back and watch that. I'm not
just
scared of
as
that.
long as the level of acting is to the point where I can still enjoy this as a a grown ass man versus my 13-year-old self watching it back then. If I can still enjoy it and put up with some of like the cringy kind of like kid friendly stuff, totally fine with it. And that's one that still stands really well. And it's not that old either. Like that was like 2013. So that
that one was one of the ones that was
a
like,
later generation.
That was 2012.
Yeah. Is that
well,
old now?
Still, okay. I don't find that as old. If it was like one of the ones that were like 20 years ago, then I'd be like, God damn, all right.
Yeah, like Xenon or whatever the fuck that was.
We don't talk about Xenon.
Bro, I hate Xenon so much.
I don't remember that one.
Good, don't.
It's okay. For me, I watched a lot of fucking TV as a kid. So like those would be on at like 3 a.m. and I'd still be up.
Yeah.
So I would like watch the movies, and at the time I'd be like, "Oh my god, Xenon!" Or no, actually not with Xenon. I hated Xenon. I don't know why I sat through it, but Let It Shine is getting old now. Like in this next upcoming year, it'll be 10 years old.
Yeah,
and I consider that old. I mean, hell, this year Lemonade Mouth is 10 years old now because that came out in 2011.
Damn.
So yeah, it's like that's old to me now. So like honestly. Anything that's like I think past like I think 6 or 7 years old, I think that's old now.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That seemed like 2 years ago in my head.
Oh my God! Do you guys remember Luck of the Irish?
Yes,
I've seen it.
That one, I really like that
I
one.
kind of like the
one of the
story.
ones-
I kind of want to go back and watch that. I'm not gonna lie.
I love that. I love the cast in that, and I was like, when I was a kid, I was more obsessed with this. But like, I'm Irish, for example. Like, I have Irish heritage, so it's like I really connected to stuff when I was younger, if it had something to do with that. Nowadays, I'm like, okay, they did like every Irish stereotype in the book in that movie, but I don't care. It's so
shrink
fun.
him.
Yeah, literally. The dude, the bad guy in that movie is the guy that plays Lassie on Psych, so I really like that too because he's such a funny actor.
That's like two different worlds, like Disney
Literally,
Channel. And
it's
then like
two opposite. He plays like a evil leprechaun in that movie, and then he just plays like this annoyingly stick up his ass detective on this comedy like crime show. I'm just like. Good for you, bro. I hate that you had a stroke, but like, dude, good for you.
You said that a little too casually.
That was 500 feet out of left
But
field.
no, for real, he had a stroke like a little while ago.
Sorry you had a stroke, but hey, good shit in Luck of the Irish, man. Like,
yeah, good shit, Lassie. You're good.
Oh fuck, man. What was your favorite like Disney Channel show?
Wizards of Waverly Place is always a favorite.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's
That
fair.
wasn't really my favorite as a kid, honestly.
I mean, now it's they're all cringy and bad, but as a kid, I loved that. It was great.
Honestly, not all of them. Sweet Life on Deck still makes me laugh.
I feel like
it's
that one
cringy,
was
though.
more.
Like, don't get me wrong, I still enjoy it, but it's like it's because I'm putting away the fact that it's cringy.
I think
still
some of
gonna
the
point it
first
out, though.
seasons, because they were all young as fuck, but trying
When
to
they
play
like
16-year-old
Sweet Life on Deck
people.
was great.
Mhm.
I liked it better than just like the Sweet Life
Really? You
original?
liked it better than Sweet Life of Zack and Cody?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I like this. We like Zack.
It also was like it was
That's
the
the one where they were
perfect
cutting
time
on
that it
Toledo,
came
those
out,
movies.
and that the characters were like old enough to be like almost our age, if not like the same
Around
age.
there, yeah.
So it was one of those like that was at least a smart move where like don't get me wrong, you definitely did that because you were gonna make a ton of fucking money, but like also
Oh yeah.
also
galore.
it's just like at least it was like the right time. Like it felt natural, it felt real, and it's like okay, there we go. Again, cringy as shit because it's kids TV, but like it was still good. I have a vendetta against Sweet Life on Deck though.
Why?
Oh no.
Because my name's Bailey.
Oh,
I see where
and
this is
the
going.
girl's name
5
was
seconds.
Bailey.
Yeah. How? Anyway,
bro.
no, literally every 5 seconds, bro. Like, every time someone got a chance, they're like, Bailey. Oh, you mean like Bailey Pickett? I'm like, no, Bailey me, bitch. Like, fuck off.
Oh, I'm
Like,
sure that was annoying.
It followed me too, because like people that I went to elementary that followed into middle school, some of their nicknames for me, like at the time, was literally like either Pickett or Bailey Pickett. I'm just like,
That's annoying.
it's like you're the first person to ever say that. You're so fucking funny,
How
bro.
original.
Fuck off. Anyway.
Oh my
so
god, dude.
funny.
Speaking of vendettas, my roommate from last year's name was Troy. So I'm sure you can. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Fucking like
He goes, I never watched a minute of the movie. I'm like, you better do your research, buddy, because this is not going anywhere.
High School Musical is one of, if not one of the most influential
Oh,
movies of
yeah.
our childhood.
1,000. I don't even like the first
It
one, but
shaped high
it's still
school.
yeah.
And then
Well,
we
it
went
set
to
us
high
up
school
for it.
and we're like,
set up our
this is a joke.
expectations before we went in, and then it let us
the
down.
bar was way too high.
majorly.
Bro, I was bro, because like
Here.
I was very gullible as a kid. So like anything that was on TV, I either thought it didn't exist, it was made up, or I thought that that's how it was in
That's
real
some
life.
real shit.
Yeah, that's some real shit right there. Because why would they do it, right? So I thought that High School Musical was like, I thought all these motherfuckers were singing 24/7. Like,
It's 7 a.m. Stick to the stuff you know. It's like
It's
I'm
7
trying to
in the
eat lunch, bro.
morning.
Like your foot is in my fucking tater tots, bro. Like, can you move? Like, I get 30 minutes. I don't even get 30. I get 20 minutes for lunch. Like,
you know, fucking what's the show? Ned's Declassified.
Oh my gosh.
I think
yeah.
like I don't know if it was set in middle school or high school, but either way,
It was
I
middle
took
school, I
detailed
think.
notes, dude. I took detailed
This
notes.
is
I was
fact.
like,
I think
was
it
like,
was
this is
middle school.
I
absolute
took
fact.
more notes on this show than any of my college courses.
Actually, dead ass. Actually,
Do that in Ned's final
at
exam.
least for my criminal justice class, because that's a bullshit class. I
Oh,
don't
don't
care.
get, I'm
Like-
in that class with you. Fuck that class.
Like this man will like it's I'm pretty much paying for a TED talk because like he'll go up there and he'll talk about for an hour and a half about stuff that isn't or is not even remotely in the book. Like that ass, like he would be like, because back in the 50s, the criminal justice system wasn't really that great. And I was like, I literally put my head out. I was like, this motherfucker's not going to talk about anything in the book. Fuck it. Like,
because you fall asleep.
Like,
I was like-
it's so uncomfortable too, because like I'm okay. So I said closer, obviously, because I don't want anyone in front of me. I'm short as shit, so like there's always some
Story
tall
of my
motherfucker
life.
that's. No, you're shorter than me, so I can't even imagine. But
aren't you like 5 foot?
Yes, sir.
She's
Yeah.
5 and
What's
half
that?
and she rounds up.
Dab me up. Okay. Anyway, no. So, but no, I'll sit closer to the board just because there's always some tall motherfucker in front of me. So I'm like, oh my god. Okay.
Still
So I'm
looking
trying
at
to. So I'm just doing my thing. And, we're basically, it's literally paying for a TED Talk because everything else is online, and it expects us to do all the chapter work, which we still do, don't get me wrong. But then it's like the whole point of the lecture is to really enforce what's important to take from the reading so then you know what you should really take away from it. He'll bring up 4 vocab terms from the chapter and then talk about 1953 for the same day in a row.
For like 30 minutes. Like not even for like 5 minutes because it's
And
like
he'll
it's
stare
relevant.
directly at me too, because I'm like the only one paying attention at that point. Because again, I don't blame. I really don't. Normally, I'm like, dude, you're literally paying to be here. You should like be paying attention. Like that's my kind of mentality. I don't blame a single person in that class if they're just on TikTok.
Bro, dead ass, bro. Like there was this one guy that was in front of me. He wasn't even taking notes. He was talking to like all 10 of his like roster, basically. Like there was like 10 girls that said good morning to him in like the span of 30 minutes. I was like, this man
doing it right.
doesn't care about this class, bro.
He's got the links, bro.
The worst part is that he'll
link.
send them all the same exact picture. Like I was like, bro, like you're playing them, bro. You don't care about a single one of them. Like,
Bro,
Said
apply the
mass
criminal
production.
justice process to this man.
bro, deadass. If you would actually put that much effort into this class like you do with your girls, bro, I think you could get straight A's. He doesn't give a shit though. He doesn't even bring a fucking notebook
or a mask.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Got it. Yeah, it's not. And it's an 8 a.m. too. So on top of all the other BS. To be fair though, okay, don't get me wrong. I don't want to get up, but I've noticed this about him now that we're living together, bro. You do not fuck with anybody when it's because we have the same classes for the most part every morning, so it works out well. So we get up at the same time. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go shower. I'll come back. I'll wake you up if you're asleep. Vice versa.
Oh, how sweet.
It's cool. Yeah, right. My homie.
Kiss him to bed.
Except for when it's the except for when it's
kiss
the
me goodnight,
8
bitch. You pussy, do it. I dare you.
Bet. Stop recording. No, I'm kidding.
No, start recording.
Just the audio. Anyway, so no, basically, I hope you leave that in. Anyway, so no, but waking him up for the 8 a.m. is the funniest shit, the best part of my week. Because literally, I'm not a morning person, but I'll still get up. Like I have my alarms, and I'm like, I'm good. And now that I'm on a good system again, it's like, here we go. I'll be like, hey, yo, Ryan. He's literally like, he looks at me with the stankiest face of all time, and I'm just like, we got that class, and he's just.
As if it's your fault.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's
God damn it, Bailey.
You told me to take the class.
Bailey, postpone the damn class.
Okay, here, no. I said I recommended the class because I would be in it, and then there we go. That's
a
like,
synonym for telling me to take the class. Like I don't care, bro, because you're like you
You're
could take
kinda
this
right.
or you could take this, and I was like, well, this is too hard, so I guess I have to take this one. You're like, fuck it, I'll take it too. I'm here because of you, bitch.
I already was going to be in that class regardless if you were coming or not.
Nah, but like here's the thing about me. Yeah, I'm not a morning person, but if it's any
all.
time after 9, it's doable. Here, because you know that I'm not an angry person. I don't think anger is like actually going through my head. It's more so the fact that I've been sleeping so goddamn hard that like my face is like, oh fuck, we gotta like actually fucking.
It's more
operate.
your body showing through because like if you were fully conscious and fully aware, it'd be like, hey, what's up, buddy? Like, how's it going? But your body's just like, I know you did not just fuck my shit.
Yeah.
You just fucked my whole day up, homie.
And it hasn't even started.
This has to make it on the. You need to tell everybody here, including anyone listening, about your little Johnny Sims teacher from freshman year who decided to make.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, our neighbor, the one that knocked on the door a little while ago, has him, and I was like, let me tell you about this.
You have to tell that one story where he was on the board and
Okay. Did I ever? I think I told you, Ryan.
No, you definitely didn't.
So I think my math teacher here was a little too into math. So basically,
Define too into math.
You'll hear it.
here let's back up to January of 2020.
Is he married to the number 2 or something?
Married and more. Basically, it's not the only ring he has. Let's put it that way. Anyway, so no,
That took me a second.
Cory, you good?
No, I got it now.
No, basically, me and a friend of ours, like I'll say his name, Ty. It was Ty.
Tyrese.
Shout out to
Bro.
Ty. What's up?
Yo,
Get on the
Ty-
podcast.
Yo, Ty's
I'll be
gotta
like-
get on this podcast, man.
But we went to class, and we had the same class during the J term or the interim. It's called different things at different schools. Most people have it. 3 weeks in January. It was for math, which I'm dog shit at. So I'm like, okay, bet I need to take this. It'll
He's
be
not
quick.
lying.
I'll get bad, bro. Like bad.
I asked him what 2 times 2 was. It took him like 30 seconds. I'm not gonna lie.
Air him out.
Okay, no. When you did, I know what you're talking about. No, it was just because I was like so focused on something that I was like, wait, huh? Like, wait a second.
Or like I was like, hey, what's 5 times 2? He was like, fuck, hold on. I was like, come on, bro, that's 10.
But nah, like straight. So we took the class, and we had this really cool guy that happened to look like a certain adult actor.
You're a local dentist and an astronomer
and a plumber
and doctor.
and an astronaut
Multi-talented man.
and a stepdad. Anyway, so basically,
And stepbrother.
somehow.
at the same time.
So basically, we would get into his class, and he was a lit teacher, though, straight up. Like, despite this funny joke and like uncomfortable story, that's one of my favorite professors, though. He moaned in the middle of class once.
What? Why?
So many
He
questions.
said, "Oh, which job am I at?"
So me and Ty were in class and we're just, writing down notes and stuff. And this was a day where I think everyone was tired as shit because it was another 8 a.m. But it was the only class that we had because it was a 3-week course. So it was lit. We'd get up, get out of class, go get food, go to the gym, play video games, rinse, repeat. Like every day. It was lit. This was a day where I don't think anyone slept the night before, so we're all just like literally passing out in the middle of class. Like some people, like I heard their head hit the desk. Like that's how bad it was. It's like, damn, you're sleepy, like down bad horrendously.
Another one down.
So I think the real reason why he did it was to like get people's attention.
It was on
wake them up.
purpose.
I freaking hope
Maybe.
not.
I kind of hope it was on purpose to get our attention and like refocus us, and not this. He did it like what is the word? Involuntarily. So he was up at the board and he's like writing down some formula. I'm like, okay, let me let my eyes like just droop down for a second. Where the dog at? Like, what the dog doing? And then in the middle of it, I think he looked back and he stops writing at the board again. Like, I so wish this was recording so you could see the visual, but he's just up at the board and just. And then he continues writing it. Like,
in his defense,
This man got off and
could
finished his
be,
equation.
Like him thinking, and he just discovered something.
Oh, he discovered
He does
something.
math. He does
Yeah,
math.
he found his
Bro,
decimal.
I would like to imagine that he like wrote down the number 5 and just got turned on, like just randomly.
Damn it.
Like, just, like,
Crisp.
No, literally, the calligraphy. Anyway,
guys, let's. Can we take a recess real quick? I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I need a little
He's
time
not-
alone
I
with
have,
this
to deal,
whiteboard.
I have to deal with this
He said this whiteboard is allowed to be a little whiter.
numeric. I need to deal with this factor for a second.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Anyway, so fuck off.
I'm blocking you out there.
But no, we literally I cannot get over that. Literally, because then like after we were done, it was me and then another person that was in another class with us was also kind of asleep. All of us literally looked at each other like the second that happened, because all of us are like basically asleep, and just again he's staring at the whiteboard, just and we're just like, did I just hear that?
Did you just
And
get
the
off, my
one
guy?
next to us doesn't even talk. That's the worst part. That was the only time I've ever heard this person talk. It was like, did I just hear that man moan?
You said, so I'm not hallucinating.
I had another class with her. I've never heard her speak once. But in interim, this professor decided to just bust one off because of the fucking function on the board. And she literally came out of her coma and immediately was like, did I just hear him do that? God, it was, I love college, bros.
This is off topic, but so this is me and Bailey's first time living together, isn't it?
Mhm.
You for you, Anamay and Cory, this is your first time living together, right?
Technically, yep.
So how long has it been? Like 2 weeks?
Technically.
Yeah, close enough.
2
Something
weeks?
like that.
Okay. What's it been like? Is it like a challenge? Is it kind of weird?
Tearing each other's heads off.
That's not where I thought I was going.
No, I'm just kidding.
Not gonna lie.
No.
I think it's fine. Like even because like in the dorms, like if my roommate was gone, I'm not one of those people to have my boyfriend over while my roommate's there. That's a no for me. But like he spent the night before.
I mean, it depends on the activities you guys are getting into. Like,
I was about to say,
if y'all are
I
just serious
guess I
about
never
watching
want,
something,
like I would
whatever.
never do that. But even I don't want to put someone else in that position. Like it's their
Yeah.
room too. They're literally paying for it. I'm not gonna
Exactly.
fuck them over like that.
Unless both of you guys are on, but I get that.
Yeah.
I hear that.
I think it's fine. I mean, really, it's just kind of like living with another roommate. Like me and Sophie living together, like we're best friends, but he's like also my best friend. Like so far so good. All limbs are attached.
Yeah,
so.
she discovered that I sometimes don't read directions when I cook. So you guys know how like mac and cheese is the most simple possible thing to make.
You fucked up mac and
Yes.
cheese.
I fucked up mac and cheese freshman year in those little cups. You know the little cups? Because
They go in the
here's the thing.
microwave, Cory.
Yeah. You know how like there's a fill line like a quarter of the way up for the water?
Yeah.
So I like filled it up to the top. Like the top line that like marks where everything like
You
is
put
supposed
that
to
shit
get
to
wrapped.
the brim.
Yeah.
So I made soup. But so like, redemption time, like 2
I
days
was
ago.
busy. I was like, hey, do you mind getting started on the mac and cheese and I'll join you in a bit.
Yeah. So redemption time, like a couple days ago, I'm cooking like the actual Kraft mac and cheese where you have to like boil the water and
Whipping that
everything,
shit,
right?
killing that
So
shit.
I see 5 to 7 minutes. I don't even turn the freaking like stove on yet. I just dump the noodles in the regular water, and then I start boiling it, and I go, all right, it'll be in there for 5 to 7 minutes. She's like, why? The water's not even boiling yet. I'm like, well, yeah, it will. She's like, then why the fuck are the noodles in there? And I'm like, well, you see, she literally grabs the box out of the garbage and she goes, there are steps. Can you read?
I was like, did you read the box? He was like,
yeah, no.
he's like, I'm
It's
built
like it's
different.
self-explanatory.
Yeah.
She's like, clearly not.
He's like, I don't need instructions.
expecting you to say that. I'm
Why the
built
fuck
different, bitch.
Yeah,
Like,
so,
leave me alone.
Other than my inability to
fuck are
cook
the
water
noodles
and
in
boil
there?
it, I think we're okay.
Yeah. It's fun, yeah.
Okay, as long as you don't burn down the apartment, I think you guys are.
I might burn down the apartment. There's a lot of spiders in there.
Oh, it's
So I think that's the most
ridiculous.
efficient way to do
campus
it.
Alone, God
It's just
damn.
Oshkosh, dude.
Everywhere in the
Something
world.
migrates here.
And they choose here. Like,
Their
what?
overlord is like underground calling to them.
I swear, like, literally, it's this giant ass of the Earth goes just like, we must migrate to
Yeah.
one place.
Assemble.
And then like one of the drones comes and is like, yo, you know what place is fucking tight, dog?
Slosh.
Slash.
Hey, yo, it's fucking nice out.
Oh, hell no.
No. Here's a thought provoking question for you guys though. What is one thing about living with each other that drives you insane? For each of you.
Can you trust in a mac and cheese?
Oh, I like mac and cheese a lot.
I'm kidding.
It's a deal
It's like,
breaker.
can he make mac and cheese? No. That I love mac and cheese. I need a man that makes mac and cheese perfectly. No, but
I
seriously
think he
though.
can do it now. Now he knows.
No, I know one thing that has thrown her off in the past is I swear to God, like, you know, when you're just starting to sleep, you're not in REM or anything yet, but you're just starting to fall asleep. I swear to God, bro, I'm going one-on-one with Jackie Chan when I'm about to fall asleep. I twitch like a motherfucker.
He's hit me in the back before.
Yeah, dude. It's like
crazy.
I'm worried about that. With
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
if I ever am in the bed with someone else, it's like regardless of who, I'm same.
it's
Well,
the
dude.
half-conscious 1-2. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
I move like I just ran a track race or some shit. Like,
Dude, your mattress topper is like off the bed like every morning.
yeah, dude, it's like, why am I moving so much? My dreams are like on like me sitting on clouds and shit. Like, why the fuck am I moving around all the
You
time?
fell out
Like,
of the cloud. I don't fucking.
Okay,
You're like
what's,
flailing.
what's something that anime does that throws you off?
Honestly, this is a boring answer.
Yeah. No, I know it's boring. I was okay. Like,
We don't have the horror stories
it's
yet.
also it's only been 2 weeks.
yeah,
though,
you
too,
give
so
you
it's
give
like-
it time. We will have
ask us in a few
we
months.
will have the juice in March.
and we'll have like a
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like,
March.
how long have you guys been together? 6 years now?
5.
Five,
5
yeah.
Five. It's like once you
solid.
like, it's like I feel like a lot of couples like make this mistake. They like move in with each other a little too
within a
quickly.
month.
before they even
It's like-
know each other.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
like
I feel like that's where the disaster
like,
happens.
Like they'll even date for like 6 months and then like sign a lease together, and then like you're stuck in that place for the next 2
Mhm.
years. So if you break up with this person,
or however long,
or
yeah.
however long,
Like
it
ready or
is,
not, motherfucker, this is a binding contract.
Yeah.
Like, you have to live
But, like,
here.
We
you
can
guys
either
have
leave
been
this
together.
contract together or we can leave this contract early.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's like you guys have lived together for 5 years, so I think you guys know each other well enough to be like, okay, I think I can live with this person.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, because I know that Cory is a very organized person. Anyway, I'm not really sure about you. You might be the messiest person ever. But like,
I
but,
try. I try to keep myself well
But-
kept, you know?
But yeah, it's like I know that Cory is probably very easy to live with. He's almost like an angel on this
Yeah,
earth.
I mean,
No,
other than the foot
it's
fetish,
really
it's
nice.
really not.
It's at the point where people don't think he's joking. Like, they'll be
honestly,
like, okay.
bro, this
Yeah.
man will probably blast fucking feet pic. You
To
want
be-
to see my feet pic?
To be fair, it's my
okay.
fault I came up here with us.
pain.
That
Yeah,
is
yeah.
true,
I
bro.
tried to throw that shit in the past, and Bailey
'cause
just came into the room and assumed my current roommate knew the joke.
Bro, dead ass, bro. Because I remember, like, before we graduated high school, I was like, "So is the joke gonna continue in college?" He's like, "Fuck no!" Like that was your exact words.
Yep.
Fuck no! I'm dropping this as soon as we leave.
Yo. He
loves
This
it.
bitch
He
ass
loves
over
it.
here fucking brings it
Like,
back.
Bailey, I love you to death. The next stage of my life is work. I'm working as far the fuck away from you as possible.
I'm not gonna freak it up if you're at a
I'll just
job.
get a fucking no. My boss will just whip the door down. I just got an email from B Laird 27
Don't worry about it.
Plot
with a
twist.
video of you,
Plot twist. He likes feet too.
and I'm quite interested.
Job.
I'm quite interested, Mr. Sparks.
Yo,
Like, no, I'm good.
where do you get your video?
Promotion. I just started. You're getting a promotion. What's your favorite toe? Like,
Like, oh, this is where it's going. Shut the
Nail
door.
and toe, separate answers. No. Yeah, no, I thought your roommate knew.
Yeah, Bailey thought my
honest
roommate.
mistake. Honest mistake. Because like I know you like kind of talked to him before we all moved up here, so that's why I'm like, he's gotta know. There's like no way he did. And like the foot pillow that he.
I didn't bring it up yet though. That's the
I
thing.
thought you did.
Yeah.
Again, I thought it was just packed away. So then I'm just like,
Yeah.
hey yo.
So to give people
Cory with his
context,
feet, right?
yeah. So to give everyone context, because we're explaining like 20% of a story. I got a foot pillow as a gift senior year from a bunch of juniors. Super nice. Love it to death. Was not going to bring it up to college. Made it very clear it was not going to be part of my life. So I had this roommate who I knew, like I played baseball with him. We were not close at all. Bailey comes over to our room because we live in the same dorm, and he just assumes that my roommate knows the joke. So at some point, Bailey just blurbs out, "Oh yeah, it's not like, you like feet like Cory does." Immediately I have to go into defense mode and go, "Ty, it's a fucking joke." And now it's here. So then our CA comes in and, spreads to him. Now the CA knows. Bailey just concussed himself. And now all of a sudden the whole hall knows. And I'm like, yeah, it's there's another 4-year sentence.
Bro, your fucking CA comes in like the fucking what? So it's like yeah.
You want whose socks are? No, it's just, yeah. So now our whole little friend group of like 10 to 12 people here just, like I said, working as far away from you as possible.
It's gotta die here. Like it needs to end here. Like, I don't want you like to get your first like sports broadcasting job and then like
some heckler in the fucking stands is like, Footman's in the booth.
Oh my god.
It's like, oh, time to explain it.
Cory
And then it's like-
Footman Sparks is in
After
doing our
this,
color
we're all
commentary.
graduated, and then like somebody digs up this episode. He's like, "Oh shit, he's into feet now.
This is him.
This is a lifelong thing."
Yeah,
Cory.
bro.
Yeah.
I felt so bad because I didn't know. I don't know.
Oh, man.
It's
It is what
cool.
it is.
Defense mode.
Now, is it weird, like, because you guys live with a third person? Is it
Yeah.
weird to like be a couple and then live with someone that's single? Is it weird?
So
That's basically you're living with a third wheel. And
Yeah.
you know, you like to even in high school, I was never very comfortable with the whole PDA thing. I would refuse to hold his hand in the hallway because I was like, I don't want to make other people feel weird.
Mhm.
So my whole thing is like he was my best friend first and he's still my best friend. Like I see him like as my best friend before like
With
like
benefit now, okay?
no, literally like okay, but like
Marty's Pizza.
so I see
Inside joke. I'm sorry.
I don't know if I want to know.
Oh, that was so sharp. I'm so sorry
Okay,
for anyone with a
I'm
music
sorry.
You're
background.
fine.
That was a trigger. Like he pushed me in all the right ways there. No homo. Continue.
Thanks.
Oh my god!
goodness.
But you were saying anime?
Yes. So then with my roommate, I've been friends with her since high school too, and I lived with her in the dorms for the past 2 years. I see him as a friend, like, oh, if I want to go somewhere, I want to go with him because he's funny. He makes me laugh, not because like, oh, like oh, it's my boyfriend. He has to go over. No, he's funny, right? Like I want to be with someone who's gonna make me have a good time. But then with Sophie, we'd always be hanging out, like us three musketeers, we're never, oh, let me jump on you, let me make out with you. It's just friends fun. So I feel like it's really easy to differentiate between that. And like, I don't know, like you can ask my roommate, she says, she's like, I never feel like a third wheel. And I get it, like from an outside point of view, that's how it looks. But I always,
Not necessarily. I just asked just because like it's all like it's not that it looks that way. It's just
Mhm.
like you never know what people are thinking.
It
You know what I
could be
mean?
that way
Yeah.
behind closed
Yeah.
doors.
Yeah.
Very easily.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, I think it also just depends on like how we operate as a unit. Like it's not so much, we don't really look at it as a couple and a third person. Like, wait, what?
it's
He's
just
being an idiot right
laughing.
now. I don't know
What is wrong?
I don't know.
Don't mind me. Don't mind me.
All right, so I mean, I don't know. And it's not just like, at least I hope it's not this way. We never really know with how we're like we communicate with Sophie and everything, but I feel like me and Sophie are really good friends as well. It's not just, a couple and then a third person, or from her perspective, I hope it's not my friend and then her boyfriend who has to come with us, because they're dating. I feel like it just, we watch a lot of movies together. We go out and do stuff. We do escape rooms. We go shopping together. We always just operate as
Just
three
like
people.
three friends,
Yeah.
and we happen to be dating.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's the way it should be.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way it should be because even like with Bailey's girlfriend, I can hang out with her very easily.
Mhm.
I think that's a very crucial part of a healthy relationship. Like you could tell that a relationship isn't healthy when you don't even want to invite your significant other to social events.
I never understood
what I mean?
that.
Like it's like if you don't want to be around your girlfriend with other people, how
Mhm.
does that even work when you guys are alone?
Yeah.
So it's like that's how you know that a relationship isn't healthy.
Right.
But I think that everyone should be able to do that at least a little bit because even then it's like I would rather have a ton of friends and be with somebody than my significant other being my only friend.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like you'll get tired of each other way quicker and the relationship wouldn't last 5 years. It'd last
Mhm.
5 minutes.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
Good.
I was always very curious about that when I came over to your house too. Also, you are a very housewarming person, Anime.
Me and
Like-
Sophie were just talking about this.
We went to a.
So, okay, context. We went to someone's house and it was the most stereotypical like college,
Kind of fratty.
kind of off the rails, very
Screaming.
but even
Red
like
Solo
so like
Cup
they ordered
Central,
food
like-
and there was no like, oh, help yourself or oh, here's cups. So we're not going to intrude and be like, let me just give myself a drink. But it was just very, so me and Sophie were like, is it like a cultural thing? Because she's Puerto Rican and I'm Mexican. All of our events, it's, are you hungry? No, here's food anyway.
You
No.
guys can vouch for that. I mean, they threw
Yeah.
stuff at you.
No,
Yes, like you didn't even have any like you barely had food in your house and you were like, hey, do you want some goldfish? And I'm like, I'm good. I'm good.
They're slightly
It's just-
open, but
If you're at our house, like I
Where'd you
want to
put
make you
them?
feel comfortable and welcome.
Like the thing was like I already felt comfortable. I was just chilling. You were like, "Do you
Dope.
want some cookies?" And I was like, "Is it gonna make you feel better if I say yes?"
It
And you were
does.
Like, yes.
It
And I was
does.
like, "Fuck it,
I will
give me
have
some
the cookies then. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I never really grew up like that because like my
Mhm.
mom, like I never had friends over that much. I always went to other people's houses, and it's not because
feel that.
I'm ashamed of my family or anything. There's two reasons. One, my parents aren't really people. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, even if like they said yes to people coming over, it would be like a very short thing. Like even when I was with my ex-girlfriend, if it was like by 9 o'clock, they were like, she's got to be the fuck out of here.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
like it's like, and that was in like the very beginning of the relationship. Like it's not that they didn't like her or anything. It was
Just
just,
their rules.
it was just like, hey,
Mhm.
can she like leave now? Like we want to go to sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like they're not like very hospitality. Like hey, you can come over anytime type of people. And two, there's just nothing to fucking do in my house.
Yeah, yeah.
There's just nothing to do. And I can't cook, so I'm not gonna like cook you lasagna or some shit. Like to be like, hey, are you hungry?
Mhm.
No, fuck it, you're getting this lasagna. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I never grew up like that. So I actually have a question that I've always wanted to ask you two, Cory and Anime,
I'm
because
ready.
y'all better invite me to the wedding. By the way, all right. Anyway,
Yes.
I don't got to be best man. I think that's
Hey, no,
important too.
okay.
He's like, I just want to be there.
I just want, hell, fuck it. I'll be a
Smacking
bridesmaid.
food.
Fuck it.
Hell no, I have a demand actually. If you invite me to that shit, I want to be one of two things.
The flower boy.
Hold on. I'm getting there.
He's like, I'm getting
Don't
there.
ruin this
Bailey will
No,
massage my feet. Pre-wedding.
Never mind.
With never mind.
RSVP no. Okay, first off, I think you should get a ring bear. That's a reference to How I Met Your Mother. I don't care. I think that's fucking hilarious.
Mm.
If you don't get a live bear to be the ring bear, here's the thing. Here's
There's
my
so
two
many
demands.
things wrong with
if
that.
you don't get the bear, like straight up, if you say no to my demand for that, then I want to be the flower guy.
You can be
Okay.
the flower guy. No bear.
But, like,
Wait, let's not make empty promises.
Okay, here's the thing though. That's a contingency if you don't get the bear, because you need some shit to like get people's attention. Be like, oh shit! Not only are they getting married, but a motherfucking bear showed up with our rings. Like, oh my god! But if you don't have that,
How much money would that cost? Don't go into debt if it's gonna cost too much fucking money.
I mean, how much
bear's
does a
not
train
worth
gun
it.
cost? No.
Nah,
Anyway.
no, seriously though, because this is a very rare thing, right? You're
It's fucking weird.
it
It weirds me out.
like your relationship is a rare thing because you guys have been together since what, your sophomore year of high school?
Freshman.
Freshman year of high
Yeah.
school.
God
At the end of freshman year, yeah.
Mhm.
I remember too, because did you have summer gym? Like you're like
I never had summer gym. No.
okay, because like I know I met you in summer gym.
Is that how I have a horrible memory? So please remind me.
I just remember you talking about Cory in just a different
Corey.
way. Like I'd
Let
be like,
me-
oh my god. Like,
Let me explain to you.
Middle school,
The
Cory was
beginning
a
of our
bitch.
relationship
I think every
was
middle school person
denial.
was a bitch.
really, it was
because so like freshman year before we started dating, I went through some crazy shit with my friends. Like he was quite literally my only friend. So for the longest time, I'm like, we're not dating. You're my only friend. We're not fucking this up. But then I was at the point where I'm like, why not? Like people are always like, oh, I'm scared to lose my friend. Isn't it good to date your best friend? Why is that an issue? That's just me though.
Yeah,
that's
no,
just
that's
me.
true though. That's true.
And so I mean, that's like he was my best friend first. He still is. I don't know, but I was kind of
And
I was
Corey's
in
over here
denial
like, yeah, she's cool,
for a
I
long
guess.
time.
Like, yeah, she's cool.
Yeah,
At least I'm not lonely. No, but seriously though, how do you make a relationship like that? Especially since it's like you were basically kids, and then you're kind of going
Oh,
through
literally.
like high school, and then part of adulthood, college. How do you continue to maintain such
Ooh, I'm gonna-
that long of a relationship? Because it's almost like
A lot of it is personality compatibility. Like
and you know
I
the weekly fight club we have every week. You know?
well,
it's-
shit, I forgot the first rule.
our senses of humor are of a 5-year-old child,
Hmm.
but on steroids.
That's the
Because
most accurate shit I've heard all day too. By the way. I know you guys well enough to the point where I'm like,
like I don't like you guys haven't seen like with him,
It's
you know, he's
crackhead
very
energy.
open with his humor,
Mhm.
but I have to be very close with someone to show my shitty humor. It's bad. Like it's not funny, but I think it's hilarious at the same time. So he makes me like almost pee from laughing. Sometimes I get him to laugh, you know. So
almost.
almost.
I don't-
Okay, all right.
it's fun. You have to you have to actually like each other. I
Yeah,
have friends who they're talking to people and they're like, "Oh, well, they do this and this, and I don't like this and this." I'm like, "That's not that's not a recipe for success." I don't
it's
know.
Like, it's like why are you putting up with that?
Look,
then?
and that's why I say if you can be friends with them, if you would be friends with them, then that morphs into something. If you're dating someone and you wouldn't just be friends with them, that says a lot about their character and it doesn't line up with yours. That's just me though.
Dude,
Mm.
I have a huge one that I think I'm gonna add like probably 90% of couples who started dating when we started dating or who are dating when they're like 14 or 15. Holy fuck. Please communicate with one another. There are like
God,
hundreds of
I haven't talked
languages.
to my boyfriend in 2 weeks.
There are hundreds of languages out there, and you two just happen to speak the same fucking one. By all means, use it.
Mhm.
Like there are so many. Yeah, no, and I just
Bro,
it's
so
because I've
true.
helped other people, and I'm not gonna drop names at all. Like, and nothing even recent. Like years ago, or I've seen relationships where couples, like each end of the couple, is purposely petty towards one another, and that is how they communicate. Let's say like a guy and a girl are dating and the guy goes and hangs out and there's like a couple girls at some party and the girl finds out because the guy didn't tell her. Okay, well, there's strike one, right? Well, then the girl's not just going to directly say, oh, I don't like that you hung out with these people. She's just not going to fucking talk to him. Like, that's so common. Like, I'm going to show you I'm pissed off by not telling you that I'm pissed off. Then the guy gets pissed off because he doesn't know what the fuck he did wrong. He's like, oh, okay, what did I do? And it's just, I feel like literal communication, as simple as that sounds, helps a ton. Because if you don't tell someone what's wrong and you just start turning the cold shoulder, now they're pissed at you because what the fuck did I do? You're not telling
Well,
me.
it's just like common sense. Like it's called common
You would
sense.
think
but
so.
Nobody
Oh, no.
has
You
it.
would think so, but that's
Yeah.
how so many
Like, it's so
relationships
weird.
just go down in flames. Is someone does something that someone else doesn't like, and that's bound to happen. There are things that we do that make each other tick, but we communicate and then we fix it because we're not trying to piss each other off.
And we always say like we never go to bed mad.
Mhm.
Like if it's important enough for us to be mad at each other, like we can figure it out before we go to sleep.
Whereas other
Yeah.
people, I feel like they start to prioritize like their own pride or something else, or just the ability to be right in an argument over their own relationship. And that's where priorities show up.
And it's like, don't let the other person in the relationship walk all over you either. But also, it's not about who's right.
Yeah.
It's just about, okay, hey, it's a little bit about who's right in the terms of like, okay, if someone's like calling out the other person for something,
or for something morally.
or yeah, it's like admit that you're wrong and then move on, or admit both of you because it
both
takes two
sides,
people. It takes
yeah.
two to make. It isn't, or what's the fucking saying?
It takes two to tango.
What? That's not what I was trying to say. What was it?
Well, that's
Two
the
wrongs
saying,
don't make it
so-
right.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
Damn, that's what the most common was. You didn't get that one.
I'm tired, homie.
Damn.
I'm tired, homie. I was in the sun all day, like hot sun. Like I'm sunburned on half
Man
my
has
body, bro.
trucker arms
Bailey
right
looks
now.
like a tomato
I
right
have
now.
trucker arms so bad right now, bro. Shout out to my stepdad, bro. This shit hurts. I don't know how you do it every day.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
Yo, what was the like? Because you guys have like you from an outside perspective, I'm saying Anamay and Cory, you guys like objectively have a perfect relationship, but I don't believe that. So, what was the biggest fight that you guys had thus far in your relationship,
If any.
if there's any? Because if there's none, I'm going to absolutely explode.
No, I would say, and I'm gonna share because it kind of like the whole thing pertains like about me. I'll be really brief about it.
Nah, I'm nosy as shit. Tell me everything.
No, like it's like you're getting what I'm giving, okay?
Okay.
I was like, you don't gotta like go
I'm
into
a
detail.
very-
Nah, I'm fucking with you.
I'm a very peaceful person and like very I wouldn't unless obviously it's life or death. Like if someone's trying to fight me, I will not fight them.
You're
and
pretty
he's
passive about
very- I'm
stuff.
like-
Okay.
Whatever, like fuck it, life goes on, and he's very protective, and I feel like even I was like, okay, look, if some shit starts up or like a guy, whatever, he's like, oh yeah, I'm beating the shit out of him, and I'm like, I would prefer you.
Easy.
And I'm like, I would prefer you didn't.
I wish we had cameras, bro.
I just smacked the mic.
Oh, bro.
And just like there's people who have done fuck things in the past where he's very defensive, and I'm like, look, I get it, but I want to move on. And it's kind of like those are just two different opinions, and like they're not going to change, so we have to meet in the middle.
They're
Where-
very clashing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's like, we kind of agreed where like, if it is like he's gonna gauge a situation, if it's like something's threatening, he's gonna, a little 1-2,
Or even just like confrontation in general. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're
but like
good.
to give like context on something that's of a smaller scale. There was one time we went to the movies and I don't know who the fuck these people are, so I'll explain the whole situation.
Mhm.
Basically, like this is just when reserve seating started. Throwback to like 5-6 years ago, you didn't even reserve a seat. You just pull up and oh fuck, I hope there's two next to each other, right?
Yeah.
So obviously reserve seating is like required now, especially with like COVID and all that.
Oh,
Off track,
especially.
but whatever. Like, so there's these like 3 or 4 girls who ended up like they're sitting in our seats, and we've had it before where like some people, they theater hop, no secret there, right? If it's not full, they'll happen to be in your seat and they'll happily get up and go. So these 3 people are in our seats that like we had reserved, and Anamay is like, hey, I'm sorry, I think you guys are in our seats. Is there any way like we can, like you guys can just like back up, go to another row or whatever? This girl just looks up at us and like doesn't do anything for like 15 seconds, and then like judgmentally looks away, and then they get up and go. And I'm like, oh, that was kind of sus.
Yeah.
Whatever. To those listening, I did not throw hands with women. This is not where this is going.
I was trying to ask, like, did you like punch a woman
Ryan's
in
like,
the face, though?
what
Like,
in the fucking OJ
I was
Simpson
like,
did you just do?
it was like, bro, it's seats, not that big of a deal. Nobody had to get a black
no,
guy
no.
over that.
Back
So-
to your corners and come out fighting.
Yeah. so they get up, whatever. We watched this. You guys know the Truth or Dare movie? Super horrible movie.
Oh yeah, that
yeah,
was
so
terrible.
we watched that.
Yeah.
Dude
Anyway,
fucking
yeah.
dies off the pool table. I don't
Not
care if I'm
relevant,
spoiling
but
it.
it
You don't
sets
want to
the
watch
scene.
it. Yeah, not
It's also,
relevant at all.
like 4 or 5 years old now, so like get
Yeah,
on that.
fuck
Yeah.
that, bro.
So kind of relevant in that these girls are fucking around behind us once it's done, and one goes, truth or dare, bitch. And the girl goes, I dare you to go tell the bitch off who told you to get out of her seat. I hear them coming down, and immediately one of them just goes, hey, I don't appreciate how you told us to leave. And Anamay is just like, oh, it's fine. And I was like, no, it's not. She was pretty polite, and you guys probably shouldn't have been there anyway. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't have been there. You kind of like did a double take and then got up as if it was your seat, even though it wasn't. And then you left. So you have no reason to bitch about it. We can disagree, but that is completely what fucking
I
happened.
have really bad
they walked-
anxiety
still
too.
I'm on the same level as
No,
you.
and they-
that was
though.
respectful.
They
though.
walked away, and Anamay was like, you did not have to do that. And then we had a conversation. I was like, look, I know there are certain things I'm going to react to, and we have to trust each other that I'm not going to take it out of proportion. I'm not going to fucking give a woman the 1-2. But for that situation, I was just like, hey, you did nothing wrong.
Which-
I'm not just going to let someone
Mhm.
step on you.
I think that's justified too. Like you didn't really do anything morally wrong there because
yeah.
at the end of the day, like they were kind of being a jerk for no reason.
I'm the same way
So,
as you with that, Corey, too, because it's like, especially with something like a movie or a concert that I really, really enjoy, people turn it into, oh, they're just in their living room, or oh, they're just like, doing whatever they want. And it's like, no, homie, like, be considerate, bro. Like, especially in the reserved seating days, it's like, yeah, hey, cool, haha, maybe you paid for a ticket, maybe you did. Oh shit, we don't movie house.
And it's just like,
I paid for these seats. Get the fuck out. Like,
it's it wasn't even the seat thing.
I'm not even
just,
a very confrontational
no,
person.
it's the principle.
Because
of it,
I am a huge people pleaser. I never want to seem like I'm bugging anyone. So I was like, oh, sorry. Like, oh, I think like you're in our seats. Exactly like that.
Yeah.
Because I never want to come off anything other than positive. Because I do I get really bad anxiety just with like people's perception of me, and I don't want to like come off negatively. So then once they came down, and that I was like, oh my God, I wanted to cry instantly. So like now looking back on it, I am grateful for what he did, but in the moment I wanted to run away.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm very much like you. I'm very passive too. Obviously, if like someone's life is on the line, okay, yeah, I think a general
right, yeah.
But like, if it's something where it's like this is not gonna matter 5 years from now, or even like probably 5 hours from now, I'm not even gonna like what's the word, sweat over it. Like when we went to the Hella Mega tour, when we were seeing Green Day and Fall Out Boy and Weezer, you can tell the story if you want, but like there was something that happened to Bailey where it was like,
okay, no, you all laughed at that shit though.
okay, but like I'm saying like for me, if I was in that situation, honestly, I would have did the same reaction that you did, where like since you knocked over your chips.
So, okay, basically, long story short, we were at the concert and I got food, and I was more mad because of the time it took. I waited in line for forever. Like I missed the entire opener. Like I still heard him and stuff because it was
like a 45-minute wait.
But
for the line.
It was a long ass line for not even for the beer line, because everyone's an alcoholic at a concert.
Oh,
but
yeah.
But like for the regular, like just to get like a soda and like a hot dog, it still was like a 45. Like it was a long ass wait.
Just
so
for a glizzy?
Exactly, bro. Like, give me that glizzy, bitch. But me and my girlfriend didn't eat like all day that day. So when we got up there, it's like, yeah, I don't care. We're getting food. Like, I'm starving.
Yeah.
And it was going to be a long show because that concert is like, it's 3 separate bands plus an opener. So that's already like a 4-hour plus show. Like, it started at like 4:30, 5 o'clock and didn't end till like, closer to like 11:30 to midnight. So it was a long ass show. So we get our food, get down to our seat, and this dude keeps going in and out of our row to get another beer like every 10 minutes. And that shit's not cheap, by the way, so that's why I don't get it.
And plus, it's like you paid to see Weezer.
Yeah, like just
Fall Out
pregame and
Boy
sit there.
Yeah, literally. Either
sit the fuck down.
Yeah.
or here's a controversial topic. Maybe you don't need the drink to enjoy a concert. But anyway, that's regardless, though. Like, that's just my own opinion, but that's regardless. He kept getting up and it's like, okay, hey, we gotta like shift over, like stand up or whatever. There got to a point where like, because he was drunk as shit, he knocked over all my food. Like, so I got like a shit ton of food. Like I got like a couple hot dogs and like we shared everything too. It was like nachos and pretzels. Like we went ham on that food. It was good. I put all of my chips into like one little bin though, because the hot dogs came with chips. So I put them both into a little bin. It's like, it was kettle chips, so they're good as shit. It was so good. I'm literally eating them, and as he passes by, because he can't control himself, he passes through and literally watches himself knock it out of my hands, basically. Like, it wasn't like he did it on purpose, but he saw it happen and just walked away like nothing happened. I'm just like, I'm literally
say
staring.
anything?
Not at all.
Oh,
no, he was too
man.
worried about his precious Miller not spilling, which is also like, that shit tastes like piss, but okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay. So I literally just, I didn't mean to like my girlfriend was dying laughing, and then these guys were there because I just stood there and looked at like my chips on the ground for like the next 3 minutes. I'm like, Because I was highly
I actually
contemplating
would have
going up.
cried.
I'm like,
I actually would have.
what the fuck?
But like, see, so then like, why I brought that up is because in that situation, I would have just moved on. It was like, fuck it, whatever.
Mhm.
Like, the chips weren't even that good anyway. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a very like, it's like whatever. I'm not gonna go be like, fuck you, ass hat.
Yeah,
like,
I would
balls and
never say anything.
Like, I would just like whatever.
Yeah.
Like, this is not gonna matter.
I try to
5
be more
hours from
passive,
now.
but it's also like I'm not gonna let people walk over me.
Yeah, like
It's-
don't get
it's
me
the
wrong. Like,
principle.
there's certain times where like I was gaming once on Valorant, and a lot of people are toxic on Valorant specific. And well, this is for video games in general.
Yeah.
But
So you
for
can put insert. Game
well, but
here
like
afterwards.
but like for this game specifically, if you're a woman and you play this game, you're automatically like bad for some reason. You could be getting the most kills in the game, and all the dudes in your chat will be like, "Oh, you're ass. You suck. Go back to the kitchen." And like I said something over the mic. I was like, "Shut the fuck up. You have 5 kills. She has 42. Shut the fuck up." And he was like, "What are you talking about, dude?" I was like, "Bro, suck a cock. Shut the hell up." Like she was like, "Thank you," and I was like, "Yeah, no, whatever. Like just keep carrying me,
Keep
please."
murking.
But like, like in that situation when it's something morally where it's like somebody's just trying to have fun, maybe they were having a bad day. It's
Yeah.
like they're trying to hop on, like get 2 games in of Valorant and then just go to bed. Like you don't have like I game with a lot of girls on Discord and stuff. And they even say this, like, I always mute my mic because I don't want to say anything and then get absolutely flamed in chat. And I'm like, I disagree with that. Turn on your mic. If someone says some shit, I'll say some shit back. Like, I think in that situation, yeah, I'm not going to be passive.
It's all about the
that.
principle. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
obviously you should be standing up for what's the right thing to do or like what, like, is right for you. You shouldn't be walked all over just because someone else decides to be a piece of shit.
But like, if something happens to me, even if it was something like that, I'm like, whatever, bro. Like, this is not going to affect me 5 hours
I did get
from now.
over it, but I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of pissed because it's just the fact that he didn't say anything. Like he saw what he did too. It wasn't like, oh, I didn't see
Yeah.
it. No, you saw what you did because you stared with me for a minute and then you walked away and then downed it and then had to get up again 5 minutes later. I'm like,
Are you
those chips were good as shit, man. I hope you know that. Like, I was mad as fuck.
I don't know. I disagree. They were not that good. like,
Those were. I don't. Nah. You're
Bro,
high. Those are solid chips,
no,
bro.
That's cap. No, that's cap. You know why? 'Cause
Why?
I know you were hungry as fuck. Bro.
That's
Everything's
true.
good when you're
That's
hungry.
That's
anything
true.
you
I
eat
didn't
will
eat
be
all
good,
day.
bro.
I didn't
that
eat all
point.
day. Yeah, that's true. I was really.
So like it's like yeah,
Those
they were
were
probably
good
better
chips,
than,
though. I don't
no,
care.
they were not, bro. Like I wasn't even that hungry, but I was like, I need to eat something before the concert starts, and I was like, man, these chips are fucking ass. But I still ate them all because they're like, because
You
they
just
were
don't
like.
like kettle chips. Just say that.
No,
Like,
I like kettle chips. Those are just bad kettle chips. Like dead ass. Like, it was like
Fake kettle fan.
$15. I'm like, I'm gonna eat
Oh,
all of
yeah.
this regardless if I like it or not, because that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
So,
hashtag fake kettle fan.
but no, but yeah, I was like,
Toast
yeah,
on
whatever.
Rice trending on Twitter. Don't hate the kettle.
If I could cancel for chips, bro, that's a wrap. I'll just I'll move to Ireland.
Like there are worse things to be
People have been
canceled
canceled
for.
for less too. So I mean,
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Don't throw it out the window.
Yeah, that's gonna wrap this one up. The one that just dropped about it's like 10 now, 4 hours ago, is up now if you haven't seen it. We're filming this on a Saturday right now. Every Saturday, new episode. We're trying to do that. I mean, I'm still a student, by the way, so if I missed one, no, I didn't. But
if I missed one, that gives you another chance to catch up. Like there you go.
pretty much. But hey, big shout out to Bailey, always the main co-host on here.
Yes, sir.
Love this man to death. And my man over here, I shouted him out last episode. All Sports Now host right here, Cory Sparks. Thanks for coming on again, man.
Of course.
We're probably going to film an episode of that tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. I'll link it in the description. And also Anamay for the first time ever coming on.
Let's
finally,
go.
without me having to be like, oh shit, I forgot a mic for you. Sorry. Hey, sit on the sidelines. Finally glad I got you on here.
That was universe telling us like because they ended up not recording.
Yeah, no, that was
the
universe
being
like, this needed to happen.
That was petty, bro. You're gonna try this again.
Like this needed to. And it's like I didn't want to say no, but like I didn't get a yes for the yeah, I'm comfortable. So I just
It's valid. Got it.
Yeah.
Respectable.
no, respectful. But thanks for listening, guys. Again, comment down below. Anything you want us to talk about?
Like and subscribe.
Oh yeah, please do that.
and no
Please do it.
furries allowed.
Okay, no, we can talk about it. I'm gonna be a little weirded out. Nah, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Bye.
Do we all say bye? Bye.
If you want to. Go ahead.
Bye.
He's gonna cut it before any of this. I hope you know that. Yeah, say bye. Say bye.
I did.